Hi everyone, I'm Kamaini and I'm an artist and I've been doing mandala art since years now. It makes me so happy, to see mandala art booming on the internet. Like be it any social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's getting famous for all the right reasons because it's a beautiful art form. I know a lot of art forms, trust me, you guys. I do watercolors, I know how to do oil pastels, I've done oil paintings, I know sketching, but by far, till date, mandala art has to be my favorite. Why I started this art form was basically to use it as a stress relief kind of a tool, and I must tell you, this is the most therapeutic art that has worked for me. Actually, the most therapeutic thing. Some people meditate, some people can listen to music, some people like swimming, some people like dancing. It could be anything for anyone, right? But for me, this thing has really worked wonders. And that's why I thought that today I should make a video on how you should be using this art form as a means of meditation, as a means to add value to yourself and for self care. So without wasting any more time and making this introduction any more longer, let's start with the basic concepts and let's take you through the entire video. Let's go. Okay, so a quick introduction for all those people for whom this concept is fairly new. So, what exactly is a mandala? So, this is a mandala. This is an example of a mandala. And a mandala is nothing but a circular art form that has patterns in it. The patterns start from the center and they move towards the outside of the circle, and the patterns go in a repetitive form, and they are all interlinked. There are layers, there can be colors, there's a lot that can go on in a mandala. All right, why is it used for therapy? So, a mandala basically represents the person who is making the mandala. A mandala means wholeness, means oneness. So, the person who is making the mandala is actually putting down his own personality, his own emotions, his own thoughts on a piece of paper in the form of patterns. And I think this is a beautiful concept because what actually the main thing, now listen to this. The main thing is that these patterns should actually be flowing from your subconscious. It is only when a mandala is made without any judgment of, oh, how is it going to come out later? Oh, I hope my mandala looks pretty, etc., etc., that you can actually make a very, very genuine mandala that represents you. So instead of worrying about how the outcome is going to be, you've got to be enjoying this journey of making a mandala. All right. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 ways that people make mandalas specifically for art therapy. We are not talking about normal art. We are not talking about decorative pieces. So let's start with the introduction to the 3 ways you can make a mandala for meditation. While we go through the process, I will be taking you through, why we are doing this, why we're not doing that, the pros and cons of each method. These methods are classified on the basis of technique. All right. So let's go to the first technique. The first technique of making a mandala for meditation is the freehand technique. All right. For the freehand technique, we'll just need 3 things that are prerequisites. One is a paper, the second is a pencil, and the third is an eraser. That's all. So that's all that you need for a freehand mandala. And of course, to top it, you can add any kind of crayon, any kind of paint, any kind of sketch pens. You can use anything on it. But these 3 things are prerequisites. All right. So, in this first technique of making a mandala for therapy, we'll be focusing on enjoying more. I'm just adding patterns randomly without being worried about the result. So my focus is more on the journey and having fun while making this journey, to be engrossed in my mandala. This mandala may not be symmetrical, but will surely end up being a pretty one. There are no good or bad mandalas, there are only like amazing mandalas all over. One of the most important things for me is music. Music is a must while I make a mandala. So now I'm turning on the music. Now comes the turn for colors. I am going to start adding colors, that too very intuitively, whatever comes to my mind, without having decided prior to, this should look like that, or, any prejudgments. This serves as a purpose of color therapy. So, how psychiatrists use mandalas to, actually study their patients and to understand their clients better. And colors play an extremely important part in that. This whole mandala with its patterns and intuitive colors, where we really didn't have any grid lines, where we just filled whatever we felt like, there were no binding pencil marks like concentric circles or grids, is actually helping us, put out our feelings freely on a piece of paper in the form of a mandala. As you guys can see, it's turned out quite pretty. I love the way it looks. So here it is, our first mandala. The second technique to make a mandala for meditation is called the concentric circles method. So these names are given by me, all right? And these are some things that I've discovered through experience. Okay, so don't go searching on Google, please. So second technique basically requires 4 things. So we're just adding one thing from the previous method. First is, of course, a paper. Of course, right? Second is a pencil. Third is, where's my eraser? Third is an eraser. I found it. And fourth is the new thing that we're adding, which is a compass. This is basically going to be used to make concentric circles. This is basically going to be a more guided form of a mandala than the previous method. It's great for people who have OCD. If you have OCD, you must use the second one. So yeah, let's start with the second one now. Now, starting with the second method of making a mandala for therapy using the compass to create concentric circles, we'll be choosing a center and drawing circles around it. Now we have these 3 circles. We'll always have the center of the circle as the guiding point. So this is the whole point of this mandala. This is going to be way more symmetric because of the circles in the center. Again, we're going to go in with making patterns very intuitively without giving it a lot of thought, enjoying the process and not being worried about the end result. And of course, we have to have some music on. It is very, very meditative. This mandala is going to be way more symmetrical than the one we made in the first method. Now we are going in with the marker. This also I'm just doing very intuitively, whatever is coming to my mind. You can use paints before, you can use only paints, whatever comes to your mind. So if you can notice, this way we have almost made one of those mandalas which come in mandala books, which are flooding the stationery stores these days. You can now make your own mandala book pages at home. You can create patterns and then you can start coloring as well. So, It's gonna help you meditate by using patterns as well as color therapy by coloring. Today I'm just feeling taking colors which all belong to the same color family. Probably I'm in that mood, so I've chosen the shades of green. Mandalas have really helped me increase my focus. They have genuinely helped me relieve stress from the most stressful situations and have also helped me think more clearly. Here, our mandala using the second method is almost complete. It is complete now, and I think it looks pretty, right? The third method for making a mandala for meditation is called the grid line method, and of course this is again a name given by me. So the things that you would need for this are again a piece of paper, of course, then you would need a pencil, then you would need an eraser. I thought I almost lost it again, so an eraser. Then of course you would need a compass. This is from the second method. We are adding two new things to this. One is a protractor, or a D as a lot of people call it, and we will also be needing a ruler. So that's all. That's not all, but that's all that you need for the third method. So let's start the third method. Now we'll make a mandala using the third method, that is grid lines. We'll choose a center just like the second method using a compass and mark the center and make circles with it. We'll make concentric circles just like the previous method. Again, I'm making 3 circles over here. Then we'll mark the center. Take a ruler and place it such that it crosses the center, and mark a line going across the diameter of the outermost circle. So this is what it should look like. Now take a protractor, or a D as a lot of people call it, align its center point and 180-degree line with that of the circle and the line that we just drew, like that. Make sure the center of our circle is aligned with the center of the protractor. Now we will be marking angles. You can choose any difference of angles. We'll be taking angles of 20 degrees each. So we'll be marking at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 till 180. Now we've got those points. Connect these points with the center of the circle and extend the line across the diameter. Do this for each of the points that we marked. Now you got the grid ready. So this is what the grid will look like. This will ensure a symmetrical circle and it will also ensure uniform patterns. Now the patterns on this circle, on this grid, will be guided. Alright. They will be guided because of the grid that we have made. However, I am trying as much as possible to make patterns without giving it a lot of thought. Whatever is coming in my mind right now, these petal kind of shapes are coming to my mind for some reason. You see how symmetrical the patterns are over here? Also, the process is seeming fast because it's a time-lapse video. It's a lot slower in actual. One more tip, when you are making mandalas, I would suggest that you make it your own personal time and not be disturbed, because the longer you can sit with your mandala undisturbed, the better the results. Now we've started coloring it, and since these colors were lying on my table, I'm just picking them up intuitively again. So a mandala basically, tries to teach you how to stay in the present, because when you actually sit down to make a mandala, you won't even get to know how time passes. Also, this is a fairly simple mandala that we've made. Please do check out my Instagram to see some, pattern sheets. You could ideally add some patterns to your mandala. And here we go. Our mandala is done and it looks super pretty. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope this was helpful. These are the 3 ways that you can make a mandala for therapy. You can choose any of those, whichever suits you the best. I hope you make mandalas, and if you do, please do tag me on any of my social media accounts. My Instagram handle is the Universal Connect. The link is in the description box below. If you like this video, guys, please do hit the like button. And if you want to see more of such videos in the future, please hit the subscription button. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And thank you so much once again for watching. Happy creating. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead. Mwah.